scratching here. Release the scratching. Thank you guys so much. Click on the info tab and press raid and then tag me. Info tab. Go to channel. Scratching here. And then where's the raid? I don't see no raid button. It's the first time I did this. Hold on. I just want to I want to do right by my buddy Zoso over here and just be off with it. Give me a second. Give me a second. Don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Never cast a raid before in my life. Zoe, I don't know what I'm doing. Give me a second. I'm sorry, buddy. Everybody go to Zoso's channel. Click on his name. That's all I can tell you. Zoe, I don't know what I'm doing. I can't do shit. I'm sorry.
I came across a drifting ship. I took a look inside. I found a note that someone wrote that said, take her for a ride. Set a course for sights and scenes, went out to open sea. To my surprise, a bunch of sailors joined along with me. Now we're sailing on the mystery ship. All you gotta do is join our trip. There isn't any cost of membership. All the sailors here are really hip. I'm the captain of the mystery ship, and I'm a-calling all aboard our trip. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy it up on the mystery ship. So bring a friend and come along with us aboard the mystery ship.
Alrighty, I think we are ready to rumble here.
We could be ready to rumble.
There he is. Let's get this thing a rumbling. All right, taking just a quick peek as I always do to make sure I'm live everywhere I am supposed to be live. We are live at Pilled Foxhole, the home of free speech in America. I love this channel. I love the men who run it. I love the fact that I was one of the first 12 people to broadcast from it. God bless the Mats, and God bless the USA. All you foxholers, freaking love you, man. Thanks for being here. Huge thanks to my buddy Frank for trying to send me. He tried to send me a raid. It's unusual that it didn't pop up, but it's still good. A verbal is as good as that's a verbal from Frank is, man, that's lore. That's lore right there. We are live over here at, we better be live at Rumble. What's going on at Rumble? Am I live at Rumble? I am. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I'm live at X. That is a fantastic thing. Fantastic. live with our friends, the champions, the current champions. I'm talking about the D-Live gang, who is proudly regained their crown. It has been a while. It's been a while. Good to see them wearing that crown again. Good for you. Good for you, folks. Let me have a look over here at Twitch. I am live at Twitch. Son of a bitch. Live at Twitch. Good. Good. 6 out of 6. Oh, let me not forget YouTube. Come on now. YouTube. Yep. Top Hat Jack. Our Charlie. My God. Does it get any better than this? I am 6 for 6, people. Welcome. Welcome, my friends, aboard the mystery ship. I got a really interesting and crazy little show for you tonight. You know me, I have a bit of a nostalgic bent. I just can't help it. It's because I'm old and I'm not satisfied by any of the new stuff anymore. I really am not. It just doesn't, nothing out there turns me on anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy. But, I mean, I try. I really do try. It is so rare anymore that something new, like a new group or a new TV show or a new whatever automobile catches and grabs my attention and makes me yearn for it because I grew up in a better part of America. I grew up when America was absolutely freaking kicking. As a young kid in the 1960s, and then a teenager in the 70s, and then a dope-smoking hippie in the 1980s. Man, I got to see America at its best part. At its best part. And I'm sorry to say, we're hanging on with both hands, people, but the ship is taking on water. It just feels that way. I don't want to believe that, but all we can do is try to awaken the masses that aren't awake yet and keep our fingers crossed. Keep our fingers crossed. Why, thank you, Corey J., for the cookie. I appreciate that very much. Valhalla in the house. Safety Net is with us. Uncle freaking Krusty. Now, that is a Krusty, how the hell are you doing? Good to see you. Top Hat Jack is with us. Revolution. Yeah, I agree, buddy. It's slop mostly. It really is. Trick Pony in the house. Black Adder. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing great. Man, we got some great people hanging out. We got some Rosie Rose. What are you doing? Revolution. Man, does it get much better than this? I just don't think so. Thank you all for hanging out with me over there at Pilled Foxhole. Let's get a gander at the wonderful crowd joining me at D-Live. We got Spudley in the house. Bad Zoot is with us. Lynn Winters. All of them sharing the love. I did mention YouTube. Yes. Filligane, or Charlie, Top Hat Jack. I hope you guys are all doing well. Rumble. One more glance at Rumble. We got bodies over there. Nobody's saying anything, but it doesn't mean that they're not watching. So that's a good thing. Man, let me get you caught up a little bit. I am, as you know, a construction superintendent. That's what I do for a living. I build brand new buildings, and I deliver them to my clients. And mostly to my clients' great satisfaction. I just finished a project that was 11 months in the making. We had a 2-month hiatus in the middle of it because I just took the plans and I went to my bosses and I said, you know what? I want to do right by these people, but these plans do not properly convey what my client wants. I've been going over these plans with them, and as we walk down the hallways, they say, no, we need a door over here, not on the plans. We need a stage over here, not on the plans. We need a pocket door in here, not on the plan. I said, get me some plans that work. Sit down with the client and the architect for another month, figure out exactly what we want, and we'll do it. And that's what we did. We took 2 months off. They went back. They revamped the plans. It still didn't properly convey exactly what they wanted, but They got 90% of it, 95%. We still tweaked and twitched our way through the rest of the job. But as of this writing, as I sit here today, I can tell you, does it look as if some heavy load has been removed from my shoulders, like some albatross has been taken off of my neck? Because I'm right there, people. Last week, we did all of our final inspections. And once a city comes in, sends their inspectors, they do all their final inspections: air conditioning, electrical, plumbing, fire life safety, fire sprinkler, path of egress, fire life safety. That is the big one. Once all those boxes are checked off, then they issue this piece of paper. That's the AMSR version of the mystery ship. They hand you a piece of paper that says Certificate of Occupancy, and you hang it on your wall, and you're good. You're good to open your doors. And I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic because nothing against those wonderful people. It's a wonderful, wonderful group of people. But as with any church, I took a casino. I took a casino and turned it into a church. And, from the devil's playground into God's backyard. You'd think. God's living room, perhaps. It's not as easy as it sounds. There were a lot of obstacles, a lot of question marks, a lot of things that just kind of evolved because, like any church, they don't have abundant funds. They don't have a deep wallet that they can just keep going to and going to and going to. At the same time, they do want what they want. And I was taught a long time ago by some very, very successful people in construction that you take care of your client. That is the way. That is the way to garner sainthood. No, I'm kidding you. That's the way to. If you have a happy client, that client will tell every single person that says, I want to do some work to this place. I wish I knew a good general contractor. They'll say, hey, I got the guy and I got the company. Call this company and tell them you want this guy to do it for you. And I can't tell you how many times I have been blessed to have people actually pick me out of a crowd and say, that's the guy. That's the guy I want to build my restaurant in Hawaii. That's the guy I want to remodel my casino into a church. I'm really blessed, and I can't say it's me, okay? It's due to the men who nurtured and shaped me into the guy that I became, because I worked around in my younger years in construction, I worked around some really, really talented guys who I was like a vacuum, man. I sucked it all up. I sucked it all up because these guys were accomplished. And I saw their successes, and I'm like, I want to be like that. But we did have some last-minute crazy things. For instance, it's over, okay? This job is over. To get the church their certificate of occupancy handed to them by the city, I am missing 2 signs. I need to put a sign on the outside of the fire riser room door. It's coming in the mail. It arrives tomorrow. I'll go over, peel it, stick it, boom, done. There is another sign that goes on the outside of a mechanical room. I have to put that on. Just little stuff. Little stuff. We're sending the final cleaning crew in this weekend to make the place spick and span, and away they go. They want to have their first. They want to have their first event on the 11th. When is the 11th? Is that a Wednesday? Today is the 4th. I guess it's a week from today. A week from today, they want to have their first event. And God bless them, they shall have it. But, so everything's done, right? I mean, as far as I'm concerned, everything is done. I get an email. Late last night, and I mean very late last night, 8:30. And I hear my phone go off, and I pick up my phone, and it says, what does it say? It says, the stage is squeaking. Now, this is the stage that the pastor preaches from. And I'm thinking, we built that. My company was a direct part of building that stage. It's not made of wood. It's made of steel studs. And it's got a double layer of plywood on it that is screwed, blued, and tattooed. There ain't no way that stage is squeaking, okay? Now, there may be some shifting of the metals underneath, but my wood deck is not squeaking. It's just an impossibility. You know what squeaks in a house? You ever walk through an old house, like upstairs or going up a set of stairs, and you hear a little Do you know what that squeaking sound is, in case you want to fix it yourself? That is a nail, a good old-fashioned nail, going in and out of a hole in a piece of wood. That's what squeaks. If you go and you take a small-headed screw, you can buy screws that have almost no head on them at Home Depot, and you run it into the floor where the squeak is, that squeak will stop forever, okay? So knowing full well that this stage couldn't be squeaking on my behalf, I went there today. And I'm walking the whole stage. I'm pretending that I'm the pastor, walking back and forth, getting ready to, I got my Bible. Got my Bible, and I'm preaching. Fear and loathing. Hear ye, fire and brimstone. You, sinners, pay attention. I'm walking back and forth on the stage, and I can't get this thing to squeak at all. I don't hear a sound. So I'm standing there with a representative of the church, and I said, do you know of any kind of squeaks in the stage? And he goes, well, not really, but I did notice that when you move up and down, sometimes the metal below seems like it makes some noise. So wanting to cure this, I walked to the stage, and I jumped up and down a little bit like this, and I found one place where when I jumped up and down, I heard a little bit of metal on metal noise, like it wasn't a squeak, it was more of a So I turned to the guy and I said, let me ask you a question. I said, do you remember the 1970s during the punk movement? There was a dance that the punkers used to do called the pogo. And they would put their arms at their sides like a penguin and just hop up and down in one spot, pogoing. I said, unless the pastor starts to pogo in the middle of his sermon, I really don't think that there's going to be an issue with a squeaky floor. I mean, have you ever seen the pastor jump up and down on the stage? Well, no, but there is the worship team. And I said, the worship team? You mean the musicians who play all the music for the hymns that you guys sing? Well, yeah. Have you seen a modern worship team? And I said, well, I used to play on a worship team 20 years ago. For 5 or 7 years, I played on my church's worship team, so I'm familiar with how it goes. He goes, well, modern worship teams, we jump about and kind of leap about on the stage. And I said, like Jethro Tull? And they said, no, but kind of like Pearl Jam. And I said, well, can I ask a question? When the music, when the worship team is playing, aren't they playing through amplifiers and playing very, very loud music? Don't you think that the music will drown out the potential squeak in the ground? And he had to agree with me. He knew I was right. I mean, I'll fix whatever you want me to fix, but, you know, I'm telling you, Phil Bradley says hi. Please give Phil my best, would you? Anyway, I found it unusual that that this is an issue at the 11th hour. Here, I'm done. I mean, we don't even have a broom or a dustpan left down there. The only thing down there is my old set of plans. And other than that, I've pulled off the job. I'm on a new job now. I'm on a new job up the street. I don't know. Maybe I'm... Oh, boy. You're slamming, too. Anyway, I have a very wonderful show for you this evening. This is going to be really, really a fun one. I have to admit, it's going to be a fun show tonight. We are going to dig in some interesting facts of old television shows. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, I have to forewarn my friends over at YouTube that, unfortunately, due to their policies, I'm going to have to invite you to probably watch the rest of the show on any of the other 5 channels that I broadcast to. Only because if I show a clip of the show Taxi or a clip of the show The Dick Van Dyke Show, they will hit me with a content strike for using other people's, copyrighted material. So I'm going to play a little video. I'm going to play a little video for you, give you a second to go get a drink, take the dog out, do whatever voodoo that you do. It gives you about 2 minutes to run and do whatever you got to do, refill your drink. And when this video ends, I will have cut the cord to YouTube so we can start the show and I can play whatever I want without getting in trouble and getting my show kicked off the air. So relax, sit back. It's going to be a lot of fun. I promise you, tonight is going to be a very unique show, and you're going to enjoy it. We're going to have a good time. Damn it, I'm telling you, really. I will see you on the other side of this video. You YouTubers, I'm about to drop a bunch of links in your chat. Pick one and click on it, and come join the party over there. Okay? All right. We'll be back immediately following this video. This here video, right here. Friends from the road.